Chooky beat. Chooky beat. It is Saturday. Yes, I am fully aware of that, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Good morning. That's the first time I think I've ever referred to this podcast in a good morning shape or form or state, if you will. But it is the morning. It is Saturday. It is November the 23rd, 2019. The time right now is 10:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7:32 Pacific. If you're in the Midwest, I believe it's 9:32. I think in London, in Europe right now, if memory serves me correct here, okay, let's look at this, right? It's 5 hours ahead, so 11:33, 12:33, 1:33, 2:33. It's 3:33 p.m. over there in the UK. But thank you all. This is episode 314 of the Teamheel podcast. It is Survivor Series weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all excited. You're ready for what's today being War Games and tomorrow night being Survivor Series. And I'm excited. To be honest with you guys, I am actually excited for this weekend as a whole. But again, I thank all of you for listening live. I am alone tonight. I am alone today, this morning. Usually the show's on a Sunday. These shows are basically on the weekends, at night or in the afternoon. But being that last night I went out and we didn't really do a show, if you will. Hence why I'm doing it now this morning. And I think that in a couple of hours I gotta be at work. So there's my weekend for you. But if you have not yet checked out, guys, again, was it? Yes. So was it on Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday, I believe. I did record my NXT TakeOver War Game. There, I'm on camera, by the way. I did record, actually. Fucking hell, where is it at? I did record my NXT TakeOver War Games predictions. As you guys know, War Games goes down tonight. As another installment of Around the Point. If you have not checked that out, go give it a watch. It's in the video archives of the channel. But this podcast is available on all podcasting platforms. We're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, Spotify, PodBean, iHeart Radio, also over at Google Podcast. You guys listen to it, give it a listen, and download on the go. You can follow the Teamheel Podcast on Twitter at Teamheel Podcast. Use that hashtag THPodcast so you know what we're talking about on the show is regarding the podcast on Twitter. If you want to leave a donation, the Streamlabs is enabled. We have the Streamlabs enabled right here. Streamlabs. .com/HeelSteven. Leave a donation of your choosing. Completely optional. Because when you do, your message will be right here on the air with a funny little thing here and a GIF and all that fun stuff. So there you go with that as well. Let me get rid of this real quick. There we go. And yeah, I'm going to get on camera. How y'all doing today? Yay! I'm wearing my Supreme hat. And I'm tired of shit. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Last night, I went out. I ended up going to dinner and a movie, if you will. We ended up watching Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks plays a good Mr. Rogers. I'm going to say that right now. Tom Hanks did an amazing job playing Mr. Rogers. But here's what you don't do. You don't smoke weed and then go watch a movie. Nah. Never again. Yeah. I ended up passing out in the theater. Me and this girl that I went, we just crashed. We both fell asleep in the theater, by the way, while watching the movie. So there's that. Anyway, there was my Friday. And before I get into the prediction, because there's a lot to get into, okay? I'm going to give my thoughts on Survivor Series predictions, my thoughts on Jim Cornette and his comments that he did during NWA Power, my thoughts on ACH finally being released from WWE, my thoughts on the new Intercontinental Championship that debuted last night on SmackDown Live. And my overall thoughts on this whole Kelly Klein Ring of Honor debacle, the state of Ring of Honor. So again, there's so much to get into, guys. So strap on your seatbelt, smoke a blunt, do whatever the fuck you're doing this morning. And feel free to listen. Holy shit, it's Saturday. Who the fuck would have thought I'm doing this podcast on a Saturday? Anyway. Let's get into this, okay? We have our predictions going for Survivor Series. As you guys know, it goes down this Sunday. And I'm not going to lie. I've always had a soft spot for this pay-per-view. because the tradition of the traditional Survivor Series matches, I attended Survivor Series 2002, my first Survivor Series that I ever gone to, which was the first chamber match where Shawn Michaels won in that disgusting black attire, right? So again, I have a sort of connection to the show, the Survivor Series, if you will. Goes down this Sunday live from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. I'm looking at the card right now. There's about 8 matches on this card. I'm not going to lie, okay? I'm excited for the show. I've enjoyed the way that they've, basically infused NXT into the whole thing. For the first time, hey, it's no longer Raw versus SmackDown. Now it's Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT. And I said this during Around the Point on Thursday. I thought that a while ago I said this, right? That my belief was it was going to be just Raw and SmackDown versus NXT. And no, I was wrong. It's all 3 brands going at it head to head to head. And there's that. And again, I've been enjoying what they've done with NXT with the quote-unquote invasion. But we all know in reality, the reason behind all this is to get a ratings boost, to get a number up in the ratings. As you guys know, NXT is going head-to-head every single week with the good people over at AEW. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get into this right now as well. NXT this week beat AEW in the ratings. That's right. They beat AEW in the ratings after God knows how many weeks AEW has been quote-unquote, and if you're an AEW diehard, they have been killing NXT 7 weeks to 0 or 11 weeks or so, whatever the fuck it was, right? But NXT this week found the miracle. They literally pulled through and they beat AEW in the ratings. NXT had 916,000 viewers, while AEW Dynamite had 893,000. So basically, here's the thing about it. Yes, they won in the ratings, but both shows, again, they're not hitting that million mark. They're not. They're almost there, granted. You know what I mean? At the same time, though, as much as you think about it, and I said this as well, I've enjoyed both shows. I'm enjoying both shows. And I'm not trying to come off like a defender or a fanboy by any means at all. I just feel, honestly, that NXT has been giving the better quality of show. It just feels more organized, if you will, than AEW. Not saying AEW is bad, because it's not either. I thought it was Nick Jackson versus Phoenix. It was a fucking great match. This whole concept of the diamond ring with MJF and Hangman Page coming up this Wednesday as well. They're both part of that battle royal. We're also getting next week Chris Jericho versus Scorpio Sky for the AEW World Title. While NXT this week had a ladder match between Diamond Dijakovic and Adam Cole to determine who would have the advantage in the War Games match and then that whole brawl. But that's beside the point, okay? I know predictions, Survivor Series this Sunday. Guys, give me your thoughts also in the comment. There'll be your prediction for Survivor Series as all that fun stuff. So I did say 8 matches on this fucking card. 8 fucking matches. Okay? So I'm going to work my way through this, okay? The best of my ability. So we have Adam Cole, baby, the NXT champion. Because, think about it, right? I said this on Around the Point. Because Brock is defending the WWE title against Rey Mysterio on Sunday as the Raw brand. The Fiend is defending the blue belt against Daniel Bryan as the SmackDown side, right? So you got to have Adam Cole. Might as well. It makes a lot of sense, right? Have him defend the the NXT Championship versus the winner of the match happening tonight between Damian Priest, Killian Dane, and Pete Dunne. I did say in my predictions for TakeOver that it's going to be Pete Dunne winning the match. I said that, Damian Priest, as good as he is right now, it's too soon right now. It's too soon. And also with Killian Dane, I've been enjoying what he's been doing, but really, I just don't see him right now challenging for the world title. And you're not going to have, when you think about it, 2 heels, in this case being Damian Priest and Killian Dane challenging Adam Cole's already a heel. You're not going to do that. I think who makes sense is Pete Dunne. That being said, it's going to be a fun match. Don't get me the fuck wrong. Potential match of the night contender, if you will. That being said, I do see Adam Cole retaining the championship. I don't see any reason why he needs to drop the belt. Keep this in mind, Adam Cole has been working this whole invasion angle, this whole time, with a fucked up wrist. Think about it. He's wrestled Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, Dominik Dijakovic, right? And all the other matches on NXT with a fucked up wrist. He's the MVP right now on that brand, in my honest opinion. But if I'm picking a winner right now, I'm picking Adam Cole. At the same time, people were saying, oh, how come they're not doing Brock versus The Fiend versus Adam Cole? Come on now. Can you imagine how that would have been, like the introduction? Here's Brock Lesnar, the Beast, right? The Beast incarnate, the WWE champion, right? Here's freaking The Fiend, right? The Eater of World, or The Fiend now, the Universal Champion. And then here's Adam Cole, right? It's funny because I saw this meme that someone posted. And it's basically all three champions together, right? But they use SpongeBob characters, right? So they use for Brock, they use the fucking like the muscled up shark. They use a muscled up fish for The Fiend, and they use the little sardine for Adam Cole, beep beep, if you will. Which I thought was funny as shit. So we have that. I do see Adam Cole retaining the NXT Championship here. I do feel like that eventually the big money match in NXT is going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Adam Cole. I do feel that's going to happen. So I go with Adam Cole retaining the championship here. We then have AJ Styles, who's the current U.S. champion from Monday Night Raw, versus Shinsuke Nakamura, who is the current Intercontinental champion. But you would forget about that, right? It feels like he's been like the forgotten Intercontinental champion, right? But he is also in this match, and he has a new title, which I'm going to get into in a little bit, representing SmackDown Live, or SmackDown, versus Roderick Strong from NXT, who is the North American champion. Okay, when this match was announced, I was like, shut up and take my fucking money. And I still feel that way. I think this match as well could be a match of the night contender. If you let these guys go out there and just do their shit right, you have a match of the night, in my opinion. Hands fucking down. I feel like I'm watching Ring of Honor in 2014. Seriously, I really do feel like, yo, you have AJ Styles, Roddy, and fucking Nakamura. If this isn't a fucking War of the Worlds match from Ring of Honor, I don't know what the fuck is. That being said, who wins here? I go with Styles. I think Styles wins. Here's the thing about it too. I get it. It's the battle of the brands, and you want NXT to look good, but eventually, at the same time, in reality, you're not gonna have the NXT people win every single fucking match. You're not. Let's get that clear. They're not winning every single fucking match. That being said, as far as this is concerned, who needs it more? Honestly, in my honest opinion, who really needs to win here? I'm going to go with Nakamura. I was going to say Styles for a bit, but nah. I think Styles is good right now. Nakamura just debuted a new belt. Nakamura feels like the forgotten Intercontinental Champion. So I think Shinsuke gets the win here. I think Shinsuke Nakamura picks up a win, and we go on from that. Now, before I continue with the card here, I do want to talk about the big news that happened last night on SmackDown. They showcased, or they debuted a new Intercontinental Championship title. And I gotta say, overall, that's the belt right there. I know a lot of people, there's mixed reactions. There's people that actually like the belt. There's people that hate it because they're so accustomed to the tradition of the old Intercontinental title, the white strap, and just the design of it. I understand that. Me, personally, I fucking love this belt. Arguably, probably the most beautiful title WWE has come up with in the last couple of years. And it makes you think, okay, if they're putting this much effort into their fucking IC title, can you imagine if they put effort into the WWE Championship, the Universal title? Right? You think about it, right? People have been saying that the top 4 best looking titles in WWE right now are currently the North American Championship, the NXT UK Championship, the NXT UK Tag titles, and now this title right here. The new Intercontinental title. Honestly, it feels like a MMA belt. That's not UFC. Like, it feels like a Bellator title or like a ONE FC type of thing, which is not bad. I don't hate the belt. I know there are people that, again, are not accustomed to it. What I will say, and it's a little criticism, if you will, if you want to be critical about it, I don't like the Intercontinental Champion around the plate. 'Cause it feels like the 24/7 title. It has like that sort of like, it has sort of that part from the 24/7 title. And I hope, honestly, every single title, if they're going to come up with new belts, that they don't have that little thing around the plate. I hope they don't have that. Makes you think as well, hey, will they come up with a new U.S. title? Will they come up with a new women's title? Because God hope they do, but we'll see. But overall, though, I don't hate this belt. I actually like the belt. I love it. I take that back. And again, a very good design by WWE. Guys, give me your thoughts in the comment thread, your thoughts on the new Intercontinental Championship, and that fun stuff. All right, let's get back into the card, shall we? Let's get back into the fucking pay-per-view card. We have here, moving on, because again, I'm going to get to like the big matches in a little bit, okay? I'll get into it now. We have The Fiend Bray Wyatt defending against Daniel Bryan. He'll be defending the Universal Championship, the blue belt. The Fiend on SmackDown, him on SmackDown Live now, changing the belt to blue, not really my cup of tea. I know there's people that actually like the blue belt. There are people that have been accustomed to the red belt, but at the same time, the red belt was also terrible too. Now, as far as this being a match, it's interesting because you think about it, right? The last time these two guys had like a match that I can remember, 2014, the Royal Rumble, where Daniel Bryan gave Bray Wyatt the best match of his career. So you already know, like, yo, they're going to go out there and they might do it again. Now, this time, Bray's the Fiend, and Bray probably got much better in the ring, obviously. Do I see Bray Wyatt losing the belt or the Fiend losing the belt here? No. That's the thing about it, too. Bryan will have good moments, but you're not going to have the Fiend drop the belt right away. No. So that being said, I see the Fiend retaining the championship. And people have been saying, like, who should be the one to beat the Fiend, right? And here's the way I look at it, too. Knowing WWE, because goddamn, fuck it, why not, right? What if they have The Undertaker beat the Fiend for the belt, yeah? If that happens, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But imagine, though. Just imagine that scenario for 1 second, right? It's the Fiend versus The Undertaker for the blue belt, right? Imagine that scenario. How corny that would be. How crazy that would be, right? Almost. But there's that. I have the Fiend retaining the championship, in my humble opinion. We have, let's see here, the Women's Survivor Series match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT. So from Team Raw, you have Charlotte Flair, who's the captain. Natalya, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Sarah Logan, who we have not seen in a long fucking time. Versus Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks, who's the captain. Carmella, Dana Brooke, and Lacey Evans. And Nikki Cross. From Team NXT, you have Rhea Ripley, who's apparently the captain. Toni Storm, Mia Yim, Tegan Nox, and Candice LeRae. A lot of these women are going to be doing double duty. You got to keep this in mind too. A lot of the NXT people on this card are pulling double duty. You think about it, right? The night before it's TakeOver, it's War Games. A lot of these people are going to be in the War Game matches, by the way, too. Keep that in mind. And again, I've been enjoying the invasion, if you will, for what it's worth. I did see a couple of weeks ago, Bayley got involved, but that was for the women's title matches. That was like the champions, if you will. I did enjoy the little interaction that we saw on Wednesday night with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai. Gotta remember, Io Shirai and Kairi Sane were at one time a team in NXT as the Flying Pirates, I think they were. Something like that. This match is also interesting, if you will, right? You look at NXT right now, like you think about it, who could have been in Team NXT? I was thinking someone like, okay, Rhea Ripley's fine. The fact they have Toni Storm, that's awesome. I like the fact they add Toni Storm. Good on them for that one. I would expect Bianca Belair, honestly. But then again, remember, Bianca Belair is going to be a takeover, so there's that. That being said, who wins here? I don't know. I would go with Team Raw. You got, knowing WWE, you got the Raw bone, right? The Raw bone. Well, I don't know. At the same time, will 3 women be in the ring from each brand? How is that going to work out? At the same time, though, these matches will be long as shit. I hope you guys realize that too. These matches will be long as shit. So expect fast eliminations. Expect that. Okay? We have here Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT of the men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match, right? Triple threat elimination match. Team Raw consists of Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet versus Team SmackDowns of Roman Reigns, Mustafa Ali. He got his name back, by the way. This is good. Braun Strowman and King Corbin and Shorty G. They have not yet announced Team NXT. They have not yet announced who will be part of Team NXT. Keep that in mind. If I can predict, Tommaso Ciampa, right? I say Ciampa. You put him in there. Matt Riddle. I predict Matt Riddle will be in this match as well. Who else can be in this match? I said Matt Riddle. Honestly, to showcase, even though I said my predictions for TakeOver that Lio Rush will probably be the final member from Team Ciampa, maybe Lio Rush to showcase the Cruiserweight champion, right? Who else can be in this match? Keith Lee, because why not, right? You've been showing Keith Lee a lot. And as 5th member, I would say Finn Balor, Team NXT, right? That's what's happening too. But we shall see as well. Here's the thing about it. I was gonna say if the members were like Adam Cole and stuff like that, right? If he was in this match, I would have had Team NXT win, but you have Kevin Owens turn on everyone because he had that connection to the Undisputed Era. But with that happening now, here's the thing again. You don't expect every NXT person to win a match here. You got to spread this shit out. I would have no issue with NXT win. I think everyone wants to see NXT win. That being said, you're going to have to. You have to have Team NXT get the win here. Because at the end of the day, they are the brand that's going to war every Wednesday night. You want to showcase that, hey, they are the main roster, right? I did watch on SmackDown that Team NXT showed up on a fucking tank with Triple H and Michaels and all that stuff. It was great. Awesome. So I say Team NXT picks up the win. But at the same time, again, we don't even know who's in the team. That's also the mystery thing in all this as well. Keep that in mind. Keep that in fucking mind, too. We then have, if I'm correct here with this shit, we have also the tag team match. Triple threat tag team match. We have the Viking Raiders of Eric and Ivar, who are the current Raw tag team champions, versus the New Day, who are the SmackDown tag team champions of Kofi Kingston and Big E, and the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, who are the NXT tag team champions. Okay. This could also be a match of the night contender, in my opinion. That being said, you already know that people are going to lose their fucking minds for Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, right? If you would have told me a couple of years ago, right, back in like 2016, that, oh my God, Red Dragon and War Machine will be facing the New Day, fuck, I would not believe you. But it is happening. It is fucking happening, right? That being said, who I pick as a winner here, I'm going to go with the Viking Raiders. I think they need a win. They're undefeated, right? You want to showcase them more. So there's that. I go with the Viking Raiders getting the win here. We then get the main event. We have Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman defending the WWE Championship against Rey Mysterio. The same Brock Lesnar who left SmackDown to go to Raw to get revenge on Rey Mysterio. The same Rey Mysterio who had his son attacked by Brock Lesnar. So they made this shit personal, right? And it worked. They got people invested. Okay? You brought in Cain Velasquez to be part of Crown, I bet, a sweet Saudi money. How did that work out? You also what happened. So now you have a pissed off Rey Mysterio. And it's a no disqualification match. No holds barred. Anything can happen. Anything goes. They've also doing this whole thing where Rey Mysterio has been working on Brock's leg with the fucking pipe. Now, all that being said, how do you go about this, right? It's no secret that Brock Lesnar can have a good match with small people, right? So I expect Rey to carry Brock to a good match. I expect these two guys to go out there and tear it up. Blow the roof off the place, right? At the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Or, I'm sorry, Rosemont, Illinois. Sorry, Corbin. Okay? That being said, I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio. I would love to go with him, honestly. But let's be real about it. That's not happening. There's been also talks of Brock won't be coming back to like next year. So I don't know. I mean, can you do this whole thing also where Dominic gets involved and Dominic costs Rey the championship? Yeah, you can do that too. Because there's been talks of Dominic eventually making his move up to having a match and wrestling and shit like that. I've seen some of his stuff. Some of his training, it's there. I want to see him in a match. But can you imagine if Dominic costs Rey the championship? The idea of that would be fucking insane. The idea of that, in my humble opinion, would be fucking... What up, Middle School? How you doing, brother? How you doing? The idea of that, in my honest opinion, would be fucking insane. Okay? That being said, I'm going to go with Brock to retain the championship. I think Brock Lesnar retains, and from there, we don't know. We see what happens. But that's basically is Survivor Series going down this Sunday. Hopefully you guys are watching. Hopefully you guys are going to be enjoying the show. Hopefully you guys are going to be whatever it may be. But again, the idea that they're doing this whole brand supremacy thing, right? Team Raw versus Team SmackDown versus Team NXT and all that stuff is great. Awesome. Good on them for that, right? But at the same time, I'm trying to see if they have a name for Team NXT. Because there was talks of even Walter being in this match too. So I want to know. I really want to know who's going to be part of Team NXT here. And they don't have a list. They don't have it here. They don't have it yet. So we'll see what happens. I forgot too. They have the guy from Team NXT UK. So who to say, hey, we get Ciampa, we get Walter, we get, I don't know. You kind of get the idea. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, we'll see. But that's Survivor Series for you. And I look forward to seeing the show for what it's worth, what's going to happen. So, yeah. So, let's move on, shall we? Let's move on. I got a couple things to get into as well before I wrap this up. Jim Cornette. James E. Cornette. Now, I don't know how many of you watch NWA Power, but I've been enjoying what I've been seeing. I've been enjoying it. The studio wrestling feel, awesome. I think it's great. It brings me, again, I wasn't around during the early 80s, mid 80s of Jim Crockett promotion, NWA. I wasn't around. But I can just imagine just watching this show, how awesome that was back in the day. Studio wrestling at its best. And then the news came out that Cornette would be joining the commentary team. And there's people that had their, why Cornette, this and that. And I said this a long time ago. I don't mind Jim Cornette. I fucks with Jim Cornette. And then, Jim Cornette went on commentary on the last episode of Power. It was Nick Aldis, who is the current NWA World Champion, going at it in the main event against Trevor Murdoch. Yeah, Trevor Murdoch is still wrestling, by the way, in the NWA. Good on him. And during the match, Jim Cornette said the line that Trevor Murdoch was so tough. He's so tough that you could put a bucket of fried chicken on his back and let him ride a motor scooter through Ethiopia. And that got people so triggered. They were so angry. Fuck Jim Cornette. It's racist, this and that. And here's the thing about it, okay? And this is like a couple days after. I was just thinking about it and just analyzing what really went on, okay? Do I think the comment was stupid? Yes. Was it like, oh my God, how racist of him, or a fried chicken joke? Yeah, I get it. It depends who you talk to, really, at the same time. I get what he was trying to do. I get it. He was trying to put over how tough this guy, Trevor Murdoch, really is, competing against the world champion, Nick Aldis, the holder of the 10 pounds of gold. However, I think, again, there could have been better ways of saying it. Honestly, if I'm visualizing it, the idea that Trevor Murdoch is riding a fucking motor scooter, nah, bro, that doesn't make you tough, bro. It just makes you very soy boy, in my opinion. But there's that. And people went in an uproar. Oh, fuck NWA. Fuck Cornette. How is Dave Lagana and Billy Corgan, allowing this to happen? To the point where NWA had to remove the video from their YouTube channel just to edit out that little bit. And keep this in mind too. Yes, you can blame Cornette all the fuck you want, to the point where Jim Cornette has resigned from the NWA. And yes, I don't agree with what he said. But if you guys are going to give Jim Cornette all the hate in the world, and think about it, I don't hate Cornette. I don't hate him. Because say what you want about him. But Jim Cornette, as far as wrestling is concerned, say what you want about him. You may not agree with his philosophy of wrestling. You may not agree with the way that he views wrestling today. You may not agree with the way he views wrestling today. But gotta give the devil his due. The guy's been successful in the business. One of the top managers out there in the history of the business. Right? That being said, again, was it dumb what he said? Yes. It was dumb. But if you guys are going to throw flames at Jim Cornette, then you guys might as well throw flames at Dave Lagana and Billy Corgan. Keep this in mind, allowing that to air. Keep this in mind. They taped that 5 weeks in advance. That was in the can for months. A month or so, whatever. And they've done editing. And they let that slip in there. Which was, again, the Ethiopian remark is the Ethiopian remark is a starvation joke, but the whole concept of the joke is ridiculous. And I agree. It's ridiculous. Made no fucking sense. If he would have said, sandwiches, fine. But fried chicken, come on. Okay? If he would have said, what I think Cornette should have said, Trevor Murdoch is so tough that he could miss a few meals, right? On an island. I don't fucking know. Something like that. And again, this is the same line, because I did hear Cornette's apology, or I did hear what Cornette had to say on the Jim Cornette Experience that dropped yesterday. And he went into details of what happened and his point of view, how he didn't view it as a racial remark, how he was saying the line for years, and he has. And I've seen clips where he said the N-word, where he said, the same comment years ago back for Big Bubba. I'm not even saying the name right. He became the Big Boss Man, okay? He became the Big Boss Man, and all that stuff. And yeah, you gotta keep this in mind. When he was saying that back then, it wasn't really considered, oh my God, it wasn't, wrestling society itself wasn't as so SJW like it is today. So now Cornette's gone from NWA. And I hope everyone's happy. Now, is that going to make people watch NWA? I think you should. Give it a watch. It's different, right? But at the same time, again, there's a guy. Is he racist, really? I mean, yeah, there's clips. Apparently, everyone later on went out to bust out the clips of him saying these remarks. Again, this is a guy who's stuck in his time. Say what you want about Cornette. Yes, I might have put him over a couple minutes ago. But at the same time, Jim Cornette, he's like that relative in your family that no matter how good you are in life, right? he'll always find a way to criticize you. Even when you don't want to hear it. That's Jim Cornette. That's basically who he is. So, there's that. He's now gone. It's, again, a stupid joke. It was stupid what he said. I do agree. But at the same time, again, if you're the NWA, if you're Billy Corgan, if you're Dave Lagan, and people who have put over their editing and their videos, you guys allowed this to just air out. They allowed it. And they taped the shit 5 months ago. Whoever did the editing should be fired too. I'm going to say that right now. Whoever filmed that video, whoever did the editing, that person needs to be fired, in my humble opinion. But guys, give me your thoughts on the whole Cornette thing. I welcome your feedback. Honestly, I really, really do. Also, in the news, moving on here, Jordan Miles, AC, don't call me Jordan Miles H, has been granted his release from WWE. And he's back on the independent scene. Big whoop. The same guy who complained in his car and this and that. And listen, regarding the whole shirt comment, the whole shirt debacle, yeah, it was a dumb shirt, yes. It was stupid as shit. But let me say this right now. I have no sympathy for him. No sympathy whatsoever. I don't. I honestly don't have no sympathy for him. He's on the indies again. Good luck. Am I going to give a shit? No. Honestly, I'm not. I was never really a big mark for ACH. I'm pretty sure on the indies he'll tear it up. I'm pretty sure these mom and pop indie feds will take him. To my understanding, he's booked for an indie show, I think today. So there's that. Again, good luck. But at the same time, though, let's be real about it. This is a guy who's not really there right now. And that's who all these indie promoters are signing right now. Someone who's not there in the head. I hope people realize that. I really wish, hey, if you're WWE, if this guy really has a mental problem, get him checked. Even if you let him go, like, hey, have the decency to get this guy checked. Get help. Let this guy seek help. Mental help. Because again, you're signing, if you're an indie promoter right now, you're allowing this guy with mental issues to wrestle under your watch. Have fun. Have fucking fun. That was a popular joke in the 80s. Hell, in 97's South Park made fun of Ethiopia's famine crisis with Stephen Marvin. Yeah, Starvin Marvin. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that too, Corvin. Now, before we're about to wrap this up in a little bit because I have to work. I have to go to work in a little bit also. Kelly Klein, Ring of Honor. The state of that company. Holy fucking shit, guys. The state of that company. It's not good right now, guys. Not fucking good. It's insane right now what the fuck they're going through right now with that company. Per Pro Wrestling Sheet, current. Got the article here too, by the way, guys. So you guys don't feel like, oh, I want to see the screen share. God damn it. There it is. Current ROH Women's title holder Kelly Klein has apparently been released from the company. Klein's husband, BJ Whitmer, confirmed the news via social media on Tuesday. And this is what BJ wrote on Twitter, by the way. And quote, now that the cat's out of the bag, yes, my wife Kelly Klein was fired by Ring of Honor COO Joe Koff via email Tuesday evening, not a phone call, an email. Kelly is still very much suffering from post-concussion syndrome and was fired while still injured. The 33-year-old wrestler recently spoke out in support of former ROH employee Joey Mercury, who has been pointing out issues with the company as of late via social media. In particular, he published an email from GM Greg Gilliland with Klein's permission that revealed she wasn't even making $24,000 a year with the promotion and implied that all female talent in the company had to be paid the same amount. A rep from Ring of Honor told WrestleZone the following quote: "We normally don't discuss these matters, but since it seems to have been made public, we did not fire Kelly, but we did notify her that we would not be re-signing her when her current agreement expires. She's still under contract through the end of the year." This whole thing is one giant fucking clusterfuck. The state of this company. You're basically going to let her go. Again, she's still under contract. Will she appear on TV? I don't fucking know. It's times like this, believe it or not, I wish Ring of Honor was back in the hands of Feinstein, to be honest with you. And it's a shame because this is the same Ring of Honor that I fell in love with in 2013, 2014. Back when it was at its high. And then the AEW thing happened, right? And now all those guys are in AEW. And here we have now, again, the houses are almost empty. Keep this in mind. Final Battle is coming up in a couple of weeks. And their main event is Roosh defending the Ring of Honor World title against PC-fucking-O. 50-something-year-old PCO. Who's like a Frankenstein freak now all of a sudden. That's your fucking main event. Keep that in mind. But yet, now, they fire the women's champion. Their women's champion has been released. Or whatever. They're not signing her deal. It's the same shit. It's basically the same fucking shit. God damn it, yo. This company is at a fucking... It's crazy right now. It's a disaster. And I'm reading the comments here. Cornette isn't a racist. The N-bomb clip is him retelling at a story at a time he said some shit as a heel manager to get heat. It's not ideal, but it's also with the context of entertainment. Are people going to continue to go dig up Vince McMahon dropping the same word on television while back to, or bitch about the Wire actors? I don't know, man. Again, you can go that route too. I did see Vince years ago drop the N word, but the word that ended with the A. But again, it's just so hectic, okay? These wrestlers employed by ROH that are claiming the stuff with ROH is a lie. I mean, here's the thing about it, bro. They did sign Danoff, but when you hear all this shit, it's insane. It's fucking insane right now. Because this is not the Ring of Honor that I fell in love with. It's not. It's time like this where you really wish, hey, Ring of Honor got bought by Impact. You really wish that Impact would have just gone in there and just bought out Ring of Honor. We don't know, but it's crazy to think. Again, there's still good talent. There's still some good talent there. I'm not gonna deny that. I've been a fan of Marty Scurll, who I think is gonna be on his way to AEW once his deal ends. I like Roosh. I do like. I did say Roosh already. The Briscoes, who are lifers of that company. They're fucking lifers when you think about it, right? Fucking lifers in Ring of Honor. Who's their fucking TV champion right now? I fucking had a brain fart right now. Oh my god. Shane Taylor. There you go. Shane fucking Taylor. Who's their current champion right now. I like him. Jay Lethal. The Octopus, right? Jonathan Gresham, to name a few, who I think deserve better. Believe it or not, I think these guys deserve way better than what they're being treated in Ring of Honor. There's that. Now, before I wrap this up, I do want to talk about the CM Punk debut or on WWE Backstage. I did watch it. People were expecting him to go off, right? He did posted a tweet where he said, "Oh, no one is safe." He tagged Vince McMahon and he tagged everyone from backstage. He even tagged Tony Khan, which got Tony Khan triggered, talking about apparently no one is safe like wrestlers and stuck in a flight in Saudi Arabia, which been determined that was a lie, by the way. That never really happened. To which Randy Orton replied, and just back and forth. if you will. I think, honestly, in a way, Tony Khan took the L. But at the same time, though, I thought that was pretty cool, though. You have a promoter fighting back, talking back, and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. All right? But it kind of made him look bad, too, in my opinion. But if you're an AEW diehard, oh, Tony Khan roasted him. Goddamn, pal. Right? But no, it wasn't like that. Like, he wasn't like he went out there and said, like, a pipe bomb or this and that. No. He went out there. Renee Young did an interview with him, like a sit-down interview. He talked about basically, again, what he feels about the product right now. What he feels, it's still the same shit. He's being micromanaged. He's a big fan of NXT. He is happy for the women right now, but he doesn't like the whole idea of being called the women's evolution. Let them just do them, right? He did cut a promo, I believe I forgot to do his name already, but he did cut a promo, and they referred to the whole Seth Rollins thing as well. He did even say that he's open to the idea, but right now it's not going to happen, right? Because there's a lot of bridges to be rebuilt, if you will. I mean, here's the thing about it, right? We live in a time where we never say never, brother. Anything can happen, right? And I said this when the news came out. I'm good. I do not need to see this guy wrestle. I do not need to see him wrestle again. I'm good, bruh. Believe it or not. But I do get there's people that want to see him wrestle again and all that stuff. And I know Solid Monster made a valid point as well. You know, it could happen. Think about it, right? Goldberg, Ultimate Warrior, who were at one time in bad terms with WWE, signed a deal with fucking 2K to be in the video game. And then after that, boom, they're back in WWE. So who's to say, right? CM Punk, who's employed by Fox, not with WWE. He even said it, like, yo, he's signed with Fox, right? He's a Fox employee and not a WWE employee, but it's a WWE show, right? Who's to say that begins the fact that he returns to the WWE full time? You know, whether it's him appearing at the Royal Rumble, could they have him appear just sitting there, right? Just sitting there in the front row. You gotta think about this too. And it'll be cool if they did this. You know, back when the UFC was in Fox, was back when the UFC had their Fox deal, right? They would have like the UFC FS1 people, right, at the pay-per-views, like a post show. Can you imagine if they did like a post show for the pay-per-views as well on FS1 or whatever the fuck it may be, right? We'll see. But y'all told that, oh, Seth Rollins, you need to stop wrestling, you need to stop tweeting. I mean, Rollins wants to face Punk. I do feel that if Punk does come back, though, that's probably the match we're going to get. But whatever. Again, I'm good. All right. I'm good with that. I mean, apparently also it had about 180,000 viewers, which is a big up from what they had last week. I'm more inclined to believe Joey Mercury and BJ Whitmer when it comes to the story. Mercury had evidence to back up the claims too, yet some fucksticks think it's bullshit. And it's not, and I agree, it's not bullshit. Like, yo, when you're able to pull out all that information out, fuck, who do you believe? You know what I mean? And not for nothing, but Ring of Honor, like I said, it's right now at an all-time low right now. But again, that's that, basically, guys. So I'm going to basically balance out now because I have to get some sleep. I have work at 3 p.m. It's 11:20 a.m. right now. Also later on tonight, Deontay Wilder's fighting Luis Ortiz for the third time now. So that should be a good, or I think that's the second time, one or the other. But that's happening tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. Bomb Squad, just saying. All right, fucking Bomb Squad. Okay, Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder going at it tonight as well, for the second time actually. That should be a good fight. And then you got Takeover. So a little heads up. My review for Takeover might be a little late because I also have family gathering later today. My grandmother's birthday. She turned 86 yesterday. So they're going to throw a party, a little birthday thing. I might go there for a little bit. And then I got to go to a Friendsgiving that I'm having with friends. So again, I'm going to be late with a lot of shit. All right. Just keep that in mind. Tomorrow, there probably will be a Wrestle Companion. Myself, Big Mike, maybe Chase, or maybe Walter. We'll keep you posted. But that's probably going to be the plan for tomorrow if we do end up doing anything for Survivor Series. But we shall see. All right. But I want to thank all of you for tuning in tonight, or today, this morning. Goddamn, tuning in this morning. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. All right. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. You can check out the podcast on all our platforms: iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, PodBean, iHeart Radio, also over at Google Podcasts. Follow the podcast on Twitter at Teamheel Podcast. All right. And yeah, that being said, guys, I am out like Janice Titties. Thank you all for listening, and we are out. Peace out, dorks.
Silky beat.